For the people of Afghanistan, the Taliban are now the judge, jury and executioner. The Ghani government has been ousted, foreign troops have left and foreign media restricted. In force now is the Taliban's interpretation of the Sharia law. Afghans now face beatings, public executions and a bloody battle for control between the Taliban and the Islamic State. Our next report tells you more.
25th September 2021. A crowd gathers at Herat's main square. The Taliban have just carried out a public execution. A man's body hangs from a crane. The Taliban claim he was shot attempting a kidnapping. 22nd September 2021. The Taliban parade petty thieves through the Afghan capital. Faces painted black, rope around their necks, their hands tied, mouths stuffed with stale bread. Humans treated like animals. Scenes like these have become common across Afghanistan. The message by the hardline Islamists is clear: toe their line or face brutal punishment. The Taliban's only justification is their interpretation of the Islamic Sharia law.
Like, there's no law. Our judicial system is gone, and whatever a few men behind closed doors say, that's what you have to do. And if you're gone, you're gone. And we are here.
For the people of Afghanistan abandoned by the West, the Taliban are now the judge, jury and executioner. This man is a judge in a local Sharia court. He is also a Taliban intelligence officer.
We fought and gave sacrifices for years, and God willing now we reach this place. We struggled and made efforts. Right now any judgment I've made is according to the Sharia law. This is the reason that we have come. An occupation is finished, and Islamic scholars have taken positions of judges. Everything that is done here is done according to Sharia law.
Since the takeover of Kabul, the Taliban have become an urban police force. They patrol the streets in American Humvees. Some have traded their typical AK-47 assault rifles for US-made M16s left behind by Afghan forces. They've been halting street fights and rounding up suspects at police stations. During their last time in power in the late 1990s, the Taliban imposed their harsh interpretation of Islamic law that included punishments like amputations of hands for thieves or executions of murderers with a single bullet to the head, often carried out in public. Religious police beat men for trimming their beards or not attending prayers. The Taliban have said they will bring back their previous punishments. Some have already resurfaced.
These people have committed different crimes. Some of them are murderers, some are thieves, some of them were arrested with guns on them, some with knives, and right now they are going to go.
Kabul is a city marked by lawlessness. Crime in the Afghan capital was rampant under the previous government of Ashraf Ghani. Robberies and kidnappings had become a near daily occurrence. Many Afghans fear the harsh ways of the Taliban, but the regime does bring a reputation for not being corrupt.
The
Taliban have the best regime and the best law system in the history of Afghanistan. Now no one can be cruel to others, and justice will be given to the right people.
On Sunday, a bomb outside a mosque killed several civilians and targeted Taliban members attending a memorial service. The Islamic State or ISIS has stepped up attacks against the Taliban as the two hardline Islamist groups battle for control. A bloody future awaits the people of Afghanistan. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
Extreme, ghastly punishments were synonymous with the Taliban of the 90s. In 2021, when the group took charge, they promised to be different. They said they will have a judicial system, that no extreme punishments will be given out, and that they will respect human rights. But the reality on the ground is in stark contrast with what the leadership promised. It has been nearly 50 days since the Taliban took over, and in that time, they have publicly hung the bodies of criminals 4 times. The latest incident took place today in Afghanistan's Herat province, where 3 bodies were seen. Those killed were accused of child kidnapping. Our next report by our correspondent Anas Malik brings you more.
The Taliban today have hanged 3 people accused of child kidnapping in Herat's Ubay district. Though the hanging was not public, but those who were hanged, their bodies were made in public display outside a famous roundabout in Herat city. This is the second time since the Taliban took over where they have, in Herat city particularly, that they have hung bodies, whereas in the country since the 15th of August, since their takeover, this is the 4th such instance where alleged child kidnappers were hanged and their bodies were paraded in public. Anas Malik in Kabul, Afghanistan for WION World is One.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.